Okay, is the 8 gigabytes VRAM madness finished for 2023? I guess probably not, because so this game is really VRAM intensive and RAM intensive. As you can see, it's only using 6 gigabytes of RAM, 6.5, and allocating triple of that, close to triple of what it's actually using. I know that it's allocating more so you can run that game simulation or whatever, to keep that overhead between the RAM usage and the actual what it's allocating. So if it needs more, it just have it. But most games, most optimized games, they don't allocate a lot more than they're using. If like they're using 6 gigabytes and a half of RAM, they just allocate 8 or 9 at maximum. So, but this game is just allocating more than triple. I mean, close to triple of of what it's using of RAM. And the VRAM usage, it's not that bad. It's running at 1080p. So let's just go through the graphics. It's 1080p, no upscaling, and the graphical settings are medium. It defaulted to medium when I installed this GPU, but I'm gonna be trying high settings a little bit down the road. I'm gonna be trying high settings with DLSS. I don't think that medium looks good. Medium does not look good, and this GPU is more than capable of doing high settings. When it's giving me medium, a little bit over like 60 is gonna give me probably high settings on 50, high 50s or like lower 50s. It's not gonna go below 30 FPS. It's gonna be a playable experience, but I'm just concerned about the VRAM usage and RAM usage on those settings. So this is on medium. It drops sometimes to like 59, 58, but most of the time it's above 60. And this is an intensive area that has a lot of vegetation, and that water is like reflecting, and windows are reflecting. So it has, it takes a toll on this GPU to run. This is not a easily area to render. So let's just go and do um, high settings. I think the game's gonna tell me to restart my game probably, or like restart the load, or like restart the save, probably just load the game again. Let's go high. As you can see, like ultra just surpasses my VRAM limit, so just go high. Yeah, it's gonna tell me to restart. See, you have to restart. Okay, so the game did not restart, so it just like restarted my save game, like restarted to the checkpoint, to the latest checkpoint, and it dropped to like high 50s on high settings. I was wrong. um Probably gonna go to the 50s when it's not intensive, but like all intensive areas like this, like when it has a lot of vegetation and reflections, it's just gonna drop to the 40s. But probably the DLSS is gonna solve that. The VRAM usage, as you can see, is not that bad, but the RAM usage is actually bad. The RAM usage is like 2 gigabytes over what it was using before, probably like 2 gigabytes. No, it was using 6.5, so now it's 7. It's like 500 megabytes or something like 700 megabytes of RAM that it's increased, but the RAM allocation went up to 16 and a half now, not 15 gigabytes. So that's not good. The VRAM usage and allocation are good, but the RAM, the actual system RAM, which is much slower than the VRAM, is not good. Okay, so let's just go and do a little bit of DLSS. Do a DLSS on quality, not performance. It defaulted to performance. I have no idea why. So let's just do DLSS on quality and see how much of improvement am I gonna get on high settings, 1080p. So DLSS quality gives me that 60 FPS back. It's not locked 60 FPS. It's like more than 60 FPS, but it drops 60 sometimes. The 100% lows are not bad. They're close to 60. The averages are good. So on high settings, 1080p, this GPU can totally play this game. That if you have like more than 16 gigabytes of RAM, if you have like 32 gigabytes or like 24 gigabytes of RAM, which, I mean, there are like few people that have 24 gigabytes, because it doesn't go like that. It goes like from 16, 32, 46. If you have like 32 gigabytes of RAM, it's totally playable. It's not like a unplayable mess. These are on high settings. I should probably disable motion blur. Ellie is not even here. Ellie is thinking about what David probably was gonna do to her. All right, Ellie, go grab me the ladder. even though it's like a high FPS, when it drops, see that spike on the frame time? When that spike, I can feel it. When it spikes, I certainly feel it. I can feel that micro stutter happening. But it's not that bad. Alright, let's try the DLSS on performance. Applied. DLSS on performance on 1080p, which runs the game at 540p. It's still roughly the same FPS. It's not that. Oh, so when I close to the wall, it's like goes to the 80s. But it did it on DLSS quality too, so have to go.
You gotta see this.
So it still drops to the 60s with even DLSS on performance. It probably is gonna drop to the 40s with DLSS performance on this on DLSS quality if I kept DLSS quality. So it's dropped to the 50s now. Wow. On much intensive areas, it drops to the 50s, even DLSS performance. So the high settings are intensive in this game. Just following those giraffes.
Come on, hurry up.
What if now I do DLSS on performance, keep it on performance, like do it on performance, and just, you know, increase the resolution to 1440p instead. It's 1440p. It's gonna tell me to wait a second. So DLSS is still on performance, and it looks much better. But it dropped the FPS below 60 FPS. It's 50 something. It's still good. It's still close to 60, you know. But in much intensive areas, it's gonna drop even more. It's gonna probably drop to 40s.
Everywhere you look,
The VRAM usage is still not bad.
it's all family
On 1440p, but this is DLSS on performance, so
turned upside down in a blink.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
actually just rendering the game at 720p and upscaling it to
Losing someone,
1440p.
losing everything that you know. I'm sorry, Joel.
That's okay, Ellie.
But still, it gives me like more than 60 FPS and looks hell of a lot more than 1080p. Looks better than 1080p performance, to be honest with you. Even though like occasional drops of 50 FPS, as I say, like if it's like intensive area, you can stomach that because it's close to 60 FPS enough, you know. 55, 56 is not like 40 FPS, like 44 or like 30 FPS. So, alright guys, see you in the next video. Take care.